Hey, what's up, guys? It is your boy, Anecdotal, and today you are here for another momentous occasion. I am going to 5-star Totem, and in doing so, I'm going to talk about the practicality of having Totem, whether he's necessary or not, and why he's even farmed at all. And after that, I would like a little bit to talk about when Totem can be useful and how you can make him more useful. As well, if you are up to the point where you are farming Totem, the thought has to cross your mind on what pets are next. Because if you have Totem, you have Tinky, and you have Icy, then what pets are there to farm left? And I'm going to go ahead and discuss what pets you want to farm. So here I am looking for the last few totems to get. 1, 2, and 3. And there you go, guys. We have everyone necessary. So let's do it. Let's evolve Totem. 1, 2, and look at this. Whoa! Amazing. So here you go, guys. This is Totem. And what he does is it increases the active skills that you have. So explosion of the shaking heaven and earth, the Tower of Babel, and the skyward sword thing. But really, if you are using skills, the one to have is the explosion of the shaking heaven and earth skill, because it hits everyone. There's no reason to make a video on what is the best skill to have. It's hands down this one. It does the most damage, and it hits everybody. It hits the troops that are coming to you, whether they're physical immune or energy immune. And it also hits bosses, unlike Tower of Babel. Okay, so what happens is once I have this 5-star sorceress, my basic attack goes up by 200 using the skills. So in theory, I should be able to jump up 200 stages just because I have the Totem Pet at 5-star. I should be able to go ahead and go up 200 stages, but it is not going to happen because the increase that they actually give is not enough. So the way it works is I will go up, other than the flat 200 for having the pet at 5-star, I'm going to have 15 more levels for every 5-star, and I'll go up 30 levels per senior per 6-star. So in all, so let's see, it should add up to 900 because 900 is the limit. So 900 minus 200 is 700. So 30 divided by the 700 equals out to be like 24 or 25 totems that you want seniored in your time shop so that you will do the max amount of damage possible. But we all know that can be supplemented with quite a few other pets. And the new units that we got, the Frost Demon. And my opinion is, if this game puts so many things for us to increase the amount of damage we do with our skills, then it's probably something good. And it's why so many people are farming it. And right now, I want to go ahead and take this guy out because I just need a few more of the nature resist pets to go ahead and increase to getting everyone at 2-star and then eventually at 3-star. And getting these pets are amazing because I get to increase the artifacts level cap. So if you look at them, they're way past plus 90, which was the old cap, but with the introduction of these pets, you can increase the artifact level. So SOD, or the Swamp of Death raid, is definitely a place that you want to be if you guys are high level enough in your guild to go ahead and attempt to beat this raid. Anyways, back to the sorcerer. There are so many ways to supplement the damage that you can do to the sorcerer. What you want to do is you want to increase the damage you do with the skills with absolutely everybody. So one way is to get the Black Tortoise Pet. The Black Tortoise Pet increases the damage that you do by 40F when you get it to 1-star, and then it continuously goes up the more stars you have it in. And the next thing that you want to do is you want to have some Frost Demons with you, and you create the Frost Demon team at the end to have a push team where you just push up using skills. Right now I'm just checking how many sorcerers I have to see what kind of damage I do, and it looks like I only have 5 sorcerers, so it's not going to help too much. Now after this, since I'm done with Totem, the question on who to farm next is quite the question to answer. And of course, the two very obvious pets to farm is Wakong and Seahorse, so that at the end we can do the Wyvern Naga team, where you have one Wyvern and the rest will be Nagas. But in order to do that team, you need to get a 5-star Hippong as well. So always have your skips. It's pretty much the same way that the fairy works. You're going to want to have 20 hippogriffs so that you have the double and triple skip, along with the fairies that you should already have for Tinky, which I think you need 12, so that your skip rate will always be there, and you will run the Wyvern Naga team. Now, why is Wyvern Naga team so good, and why should you farm those pets, is because they are not affected by the terrain that affects you above stage 10,000. So once you reach past level 100, the terrain will have an effect on your damage or will weaken you and your HP. So it's a lot better to just have troops that are not affected by that. And the troops that aren't affected by that will be the Wyvern Rider and Naga once you have their pets. Before you have their pets, they're not worth it. But once you have them, with the double skip that you have and the regular skip that you have from the Hippong Pet and Tinky Pet, they are the absolute best team as of right now. We don't know if a future iteration of these units will come up in another update, because these guys have been used for a long time now, and the only huge differences we've seen is in the mid game for us players right now, and for anyone that's below like level 150, I'd say, that's using the Hippo team, the Hippogriff team that skips like crazy. But once you have Hippong, just like once you have the Fairy Pet, once you have the Hippong Pet, you don't need them anymore. And don't worry guys, the Blunt artifact that you've been increasing will help out the Wyvern Rider, because the Wyvern Rider is a flying unit. So don't worry guys, continuously upgrade that artifact. He will see the bonuses. It is not a waste. So right now I see that I'm kind of stalled, so I'm going to try to evolve this sorcerer, but what I see is that I have a lack of gems right now. So with this lack of gems, I'm definitely going to hold off right now and wait to get more gems, because right now the goal is to get as many pet fragments as possible, and I'm not really going to go crazy on evolving all the sorcerers until I have more of a surplus of gems. As long as I have a good about 5,000, I feel comfortable, because I always spend up to about 1,200 point of gems when farming pet fragments. And pet fragments is the way to go. I talked a bit about this with a few people on the Endless Frontier Discord, my own Discord for my guild, and some other Discords that I'm just a part of, where I just say what's up to other people in my server. In server 7, shout out server 7, and the whole use of Totem. So as you can see right here, Totem is almost useless right now. It's not really helping me push at all. Like those 200 stages that in theory were supposed to be pushing me up another extra 200 stages, which means an extra 2 levels, is not happening. And that's because the damage just isn't scaled high enough. Basically, if I continuously keep clicking those skills and waste about 24 hours of my day, instead of just, I don't know, refreshing and doing spirit runs and level up that way, I can probably go ahead and get those 200 stages. But what's the point? There isn't any. There's no point at all. So what I will do, other than maybe making Black Tortoise my main pet to increase my damage that way, I'm not 100% sure if that's how it works, is just to stock up with as many sorcerers as possible. And if I can get higher up to that limit of 900, let's say I have like 15 sorcerers, maybe that first 100 levels will be a lot easier to get by skilling my way up there. Also, I can supplement that damage by using Frost Demons, and when I want to run a 1-core team, I'll sell off all of my Hippogriffs and my Druid and fill it up with a Frost Demon. But at the moment, I do not have a trans 3 Frost Demon, which is something I might just need for my pushes. So I'm going to go ahead and have to start investing on T3ing a Frost Demon. I already have quite a few evolved, because I know that I will need the skipping when I want to do 1-cores. Now, after you do that, after you level up, Like, let's say that I leveled up and that I was night level 130. Would I always be able to hit level 130 again? The answer would be no. So then why do night level pushes? What's the point? One is to be more helpful in guild raids. An extra 5 levels will really help you to take out a boss. But the other, which is the main reason why night level pushes matter, well, there's actually, I guess, 2 main reasons. But for the majority of us, the most relevant reason will be to farm pets. So once you are close enough where you would want to farm Wakong and Seahorse, and you're kind of like in the middle and you have no one that's too important to farm, you're going to want to level up and night level push so that you can do that. Because Seahorse is in 17.5 and stage 17.10, while Wakong is in stage 17.5 and I think like 19.10. So if you find yourself in Spirit Highlands and you are, let me see, you are on page like 8. You're in the bottom of the page, you're farming, or you are where Dark Snake and Korra is at 16.15 or 16.20, you should definitely try to do this push. Because in doing this push, you can go ahead and unlock the Seahorse stage, the Wakong stage, the Sarah stage, and the E77 stage, respectively, where you can farm all of them 3 at a time. And by doing this, you will be at least 5 days ahead of anybody within your current night level. And if you're able to farm these pets faster than they are and more efficiently than they are because you've unlocked that stage first, then you're going to use the Wakong team first. And by that I mean that you'll be able to use the Waven Rider and Naga team before anyone else within your night level. And by doing that, your level will skyrocket in comparison to theirs. They'll be wondering what you're doing, if you're cheating, and how you're leveling up so quick. And what it is that you were able to unlock a team 5 days before. So that means getting 7 fragments of 1 unit 5 times. That's 7 times 5. That means you get 35 frags ahead of them within a pet. That's insane. Alright, so definitely you want to farm Wakong, you want to farm Seahorse, you want to farm the Spirit Awakening pets, and the Inner Passion pets. So that's why E77 is so important. I mentioned Sarah because Sarah is Valkyrie's pet. And when you 5-star Valkyrie's pet, the Valkyrie buff that powers you up and makes you stronger applies to your entire team while in the time shop. And not a lot of people are talking about Sarah, but guys, believe me, this is somebody that you want to farm so that you will be a lot better off in the future. So, if you found this video to be informative and you liked it, like the video. If you think that someone else should know about this relevant information, then share it. And if you want to know more about Endless Frontier, this game, how it works, and find out just questions and answers to it, then subscribe. Because I'm not going anywhere, and there's just so much information to talk about when it comes to Endless Frontier. So I'm your boy, Anecdotal. Peace out.